When you hear of personal branding, what comes to mind? I know the term personal branding is not new, especially when you're talking about matters career. This is something that keeps on popping up, more so for those of us in senior management, senior professionals. So today I want to discuss what personal branding is and how it can benefit your career. So I'll keep it simple, I will not be theoretical, so that you can get the point. And if you even want to start working on your personal brand, then you know where to start. So when you talk about personal branding, it's all about the reputation that you have with others. They say that no man is an island. So every day we are interacting with our colleagues, we're interacting with customers, we're interacting with stakeholders. And guess what? All these individuals, all these parties, they are forming perception based on our interaction. So personal branding, it's the reputation, it's the perception that others have of us. So it could be the way we dress, it could be the way we communicate, it could be the skills we present out there to third parties, to the world. It could be our personality. So they say, I've not tried this, but they say it takes 30 seconds for someone to form an impression of who you are. And sometimes they say it's accurate, it's 100%. Someone just meeting you the first time, they just have 30 seconds to form an impression of who you are. And you'll find more so after you've gotten the job, after you started working, then you find career growth is based on two things. Number one, it's how hard you work, the skills that you have. And number two, the perception that people have of you. So I remember discussing with this very senior professional. He had come for help from me, and he was 42 years old, never married. And he found that in his organization, he was able to rise very fast. But it got to a point now, he couldn't go further. And guess what? Now after we discussed, and I asked him, the people who get promoted in your organization, who are they? How are they? And we looked at various issues. We looked at the skills, we looked at the competencies, we looked at how old they've been in that organization. And it so happened that all the people who have been promoted are married. They have families. So it became apparent to him that in that organization, for that employer, it was a handicap for you to be of a certain age and you don't have a family. And I know you say, oh, what does family have to do with me performing in my duty? However, the reality is when it comes to perceptions, it's what is in people's minds, it's what they're thinking about. It doesn't have to be objective. That's the reality. So for this gentleman, he kept on losing opportunities in that organization because of his marital status. So as you can see then, there's a lot that goes to personal branding. So it does help to know yourself, to know your skills, to know what you're bringing to the table. So how can personal branding work for you? And working for you means helping you in your career. So I have 3 tips that if you follow them, I believe they'll make a great difference in your career. Number 1 is to know that your personal brand is your network. So where you are in your career is because of the way people perceive you. So for example, in an organization, do people think of you as a joker? Are you the life of the party? Do people think you're the gossiper in the office? So these small things that we do, we don't know, but they have a very great impact. Because when decisions are being made in the boardroom, you want people to focus on your competence and skills and not the sideshows. So always remember that your personal brand is your net worth. If you also go and acquire a new skill or you volunteer in the organization, you are adding value, then it goes without saying that people will start seeing you as someone who is beneficial. And so when they are carrying out redundancies, when things are tough, people will always say, we can't afford to lose this person because indeed they do add value. So always remember, don't leave your reputation to chance. Always be in charge of your reputation. Always remember that your personal brand is your net worth. So don't leave personal branding, your brand, to chance. You should always make sure that you are in charge of your brand. On to my next point. Remember that people associate with those they like and trust. I'm sure the people who you call friends is because you like them, you trust them. It so goes also with our personal brand. So through our personal brand, we're able to communicate who we are. And with that, then we're able to network, we're able to connect with people who have similar values, who have similar goals, who have similar dreams to us. So if you want to be a go-getter, if you want to be known as a go-getter, if you want to be known as someone who's able to deliver, as someone who's going places, then guess what? Then you need to start associating with such people. However, if on a daily basis you are associating with people who are complaining, people who always see the negative in life, in every situation, then guess what? The people who are going far in life, they will not want to associate with you. It's as simple as that. So what vibes are you sending out there? Do you have a positive personal brand? When people associate with you, do they feel that you are someone who's radiating energy? Or do they interact with you and at the end of the day they feel, oh wow, that encounter was really energy draining? So always remember that people associate with those they like and trust. On to my final point. Personal branding can help you to market yourself. So part of you establishing a personal brand is being able to communicate your value, being able to communicate what you're bringing to the table. And of late, you've seen people doing that. For example, you see comedians, they're starting their YouTube videos. Even you are here because I decided to start this channel. And because I've started this channel, I'm also marketing myself in a way because you didn't have known me if I didn't have a presence online. So look at your talents, look at your skills, because these also define our personal brand, and make good of these skills, make good of this talent. If you're a good writer, go out there, write articles. If you're a good singer, participate in church. If you're a good organizer, look at bringing people together in the organization. So personal brand can help you in the sense that you'll be able to market yourself and people will be able to see the skills that you have. And guess what? I'm sure you've heard of people being headhunted. It starts from having a very personal brand such that a good word precedes them. People think, oh, Paminas is so good at what he does. So if I'm looking for such and such a person, then I definitely go to him. So with those 3 pointers, I'm sure then you know where to start when it comes to personal branding, or you know the importance of personal branding. So a question I get asked by professionals a lot is then, how do I go about building my brand? Paminas, you've taught me the benefits. How do I go building my brand? So I have a link down here where I have more information on how you can go about building your personal brand. It has very important information, especially for those of us who are in management, who are in a leadership position. So I encourage you to go ahead, have a look at that link, and look to see you next, the next video. Thank you.